Ciao. Auntie Pat, she said, oh, y'all gonna pay the $68 for this foundation. That's what y'all are gonna do. That's what. Hey guys, it's Bree. I'm back with another video. It's been a month. It's been some time. I haven't been around. I feel like a deadbeat dad right now. Like, you know how them dads be coming around like, yeah, I'm gonna do better. I'm working on it. You know, I'm gonna call you. That's how I feel. I'm gonna get it together. But anyway, we got better things to talk about today, like this Pat McGrath Skin Fetish foundation. Bruh. The packaging though, like, but you see that? When you open this, there's greatness. It goes $68, okay? $68. We're gonna talk about the price right now. Everybody's going nuts about it. And you know what? Honestly, at first I was kind of like, am I gonna get that foundation? But then I started seeing the reviews and I was like, dang, everybody's saying this foundation is amazing. So, what did I do? I bought it. I mean, duh. I went to Sephora, picked up my foundation. It ain't gonna be a cold day in hell where I'm ordering foundation online. That's just not gonna happen. I'm not one of those girls. I don't take those kind of chances. I made sure that I was in person. I got to look at the full display, picked out my shades, and boom. I ended up with the shade number 23. And honestly, I can say right away, like, this is one of the best matching foundations that I have in my collection so far. So, But you know, this price, it's got me a little hung up, you know? $68 for foundation is like steepity steep. But when you're talking about luxury makeup, it's like either you're gonna pay the prices or you just not. And I happen to be one of those people that happen to pay the prices. But what I will do is return a product real quick if it don't work for me. So right now, this is my first impression. My face is sitting, like, you know, like it always is, sitting. But what I will say is that throughout the day, if my face starts getting greasy because you know your girl is oily, then I might have to make a little exchange. I might have to do a little return, okay? That's why the policy is in place. So I have no shame in doing that. And I saw somebody on my last video, actually, not my last video. There was somebody on one of my videos that was like, I can't believe you return products. That's why the policy is in effect, okay, boo? In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I apply this foundation. And I'm also gonna give y'all the eye look because, you know, what's a Pat McGrath video without the bronze Seduction palette, you know? If you like bougie items and you like spending money or at least looking at bougie ass YouTube videos, then this is the video for you. You came to the right place. Oh, and you know what? Let me just say that even in my absence, my channel has been thriving and growing. And I just want to say, your girl got past 5,000 subscribers. I just want to say thank y'all so much. From the bottom of my heart. I just love y'all. Y'all are real ones. And I'm going to do better on my videos, I promise. Like, your girl was going through a little slump, okay? And life happens. Y'all understand? So we're gonna actually get into the next clip and I'll see y'all when I'm broke and busted looking, okay? Since we're already gonna be talking about Pat McGrath today, what better way than to bring this baby on back? I mean, y'all haven't seen her in a hot minute.
I've been gone for a minute, now I'm back at the jump off.
This is probably gonna be like the most bougie tutorial that I've ever done on my channel. And honestly, I'm here for it because I'm a bougie girl at heart, if y'all didn't know. Sips tea. So the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my eyes. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of Urban Decay primer potion, you know. Just a little bit here and there. Making sure those eyes don't crease up on us and get too cray-cray. If you guys check out my review that I did on this palette, you guys will know that I absolutely am in love. This is like, it's just everything, okay? I don't regret spending the money, if you wanna know. I'm gonna start with this transition shade here. I don't know the name of it because I threw out the little paper. Oh well, don't nobody need the names of the eyeshadows anymore. So I'm just gonna pop that in onto my crease. I'm not bringing the shade too far up because I want to keep it pretty low. So now I'm gonna go into this deep brown shade and I'm gonna layer this right on top of the brown shade that I just used. And I'm applying this just a little bit lower than the last shade. The next shade that I'm gonna go into is this dark purple shade here. I just feel like I wanna be really extra today, so y'all just gonna have to deal, okay? Yeah, just... Do y'all see that pigment? So now that it looks like you have two black eyes, we're doing great, okay? Keep up the good work. I'm gonna use this brown shade and also this brown shade to start blending in those harsh lines. Now I'm gonna go back in with the deeper brown shade. I'm gonna take some of this purple onto my blending brush and I'm gonna diffuse the harsh lines with the dark purple now. Alright guys, so my eye look is pretty much halfway done. I'm going to take a little break from the eyes and now we're going to move on to the skin. And y'all know what we're talking about today. We're talking about Pat McGrath, okay? This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation, okay? Real bougie-like. I can't believe I bought this. Who am I kidding? Yeah, I can. I can believe I bought it. What am I? Have y'all seen some of the things I buy? Anyway, let's look at these receipts, okay? This here foundation retails for $68 and with tax added, this foundation came up to a grand total of $74.05. Now, I don't know, this is the most expensive foundation that I have ever purchased in my entire life. And from what I gather about the foundation is it's medium coverage, so I had to get my hands on this to see what this was all about. Now, as y'all know, I'm a Pat McGrath fan. Number one, she's a black woman. Hey. And number two, she's known to use her hands as her tools. Like, she's like, bump the brushes. I got these fingers, so I'm about to ... and get your face together over here. Pat McGrath is a world-renowned makeup artist. She's worked on runways. She's worked on several celebrities. I mean, countless celebrities. So she's well-versed in the makeup community, and I feel like I can trust her. Like, if Pat says it's good, then I'm like, all right, it's good. Like, if I can get this packaging open. Finally, I got it out the package. I have a feeling that I'm gonna be very, very critical of this foundation, strictly because it's $68. Like, that's a lot of money for a foundation. People spend $68 on date night. $68 can be two people eating that juicy crab. I mean, like, $68, there's other things that you can do with that kind of money. Bruh. Sit down already, just sit. There's a lot of things you can do with $68. We're gonna get into this packaging. I don't wanna talk too much about packaging because I feel like it's a waste of time, but let me just tell you, this packaging is absolutely stunning. It looks like, almost like a perfume bottle, if you will. And it opens here. like so. I think that's super pretty. Here is the foundation packaging. I personally think the foundation looks like a perfume bottle. It's weighted, it's very heavy, it's gorgeous, it's like a matte frosted bottle. Beautiful. I'm gonna tell y'all about my skin type really fast. My skin type is very, your girl gets oily, okay? Especially in the T-zone. So I'm really not sure how this foundation is gonna perform on me. I think this foundation is geared towards people with dry skin. So at the end of this, I'm not gonna really be surprised if it doesn't work out for me. Like if I'm going throughout the day and I find myself looking like an oily pig, then it was to be expected. But for $68, I kind of feel like it should be able to hold up even if my skin does get oily. I purchased the shade Medium Deep 23. This shade has yellow undertones. And usually you guys know I have a very hard time finding foundations. It's rough out here for your girl. But honestly, I had the easiest time finding my foundation shade with this range. I looked at the shades, like I just eyeballed them and I was like, you the one. They didn't have a sample out for shade number 24, so I didn't get to swatch it, but I felt like this was good enough for me to just go with. Anyway, so I'm gonna just go ahead and pump this onto my skin. I don't know if I'm supposed to shake it up or anything like that. So, does it tell me to shake? No, it says don't shake, so here we go. Ooh, it's really runny. I'm not going to be using my hands with this foundation because that's not typically something that I do anyway. We're going to be using a brush. This foundation is definitely very, very watery. So I'm not expecting it to provide too much coverage. I do expect that my birthmarks and my freckles are still going to show through. And I'm okay with that. I just want to know that it's going to hold up. Like a slightly scented foundation, not anything offensive. It's definitely nowhere near like Huda Beauty floral. It's not like that. It's just a very, very light makeup fragrance. So far it's blended right into my skin. It looks really good. But honestly, where the coverage at though? I kind of feel like I just put on a moisturizer. So let's try this side. I do have a few blemishes on my face. Nothing too noticeable, but hopefully, you know, this can offer me at least a little bit of coverage. So I'm gonna add some on my forehead as well, just a little bit, because I don't feel like my forehead doesn't need that much coverage. So I'm just gonna add a little bit, blend that out. The foundation has a very, very slight sheen. Nothing too crazy. I do prefer matte foundations, but this finish on me right now is not bad at all. I don't think it's bad. I'm okay with it. But if I got oilier throughout the day, I probably want to square up. You know, I probably want to fight somebody if I got any more oily than this. I'm gonna give you guys just one extra pump, just a little tiny bit more, just a little bit. So I just did like an extra half a pump or so, and I'm just gonna add that right onto the cheeks. I'm gonna try not to apply too much near my like smile lines because that's where I have a lot of creasing normally. So I'm just gonna try to keep this on the perimeter of my face where I usually see some breakouts and some discoloration. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Too Faced concealer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of concealer under the eye. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Bakerie setting powder. Just to make sure that's set. I'm gonna apply a little bit on my forehead as well, and my smile lines. I don't want to over powder my face because I feel like if I start over powdering my face to try to combat the dewiness of this foundation, my skin's probably gonna have a more severe reaction and become a little bit more oily throughout the day if I start trying to, you know, go against the grain. So we're just gonna try to keep it, you know, keep it real cute. And I'm just gonna dust this off right away. I'm not gonna let this stay for too long because I'm not trying to take away from the foundation and what it's supposed to do. So now I'm gonna go back to the eyes and I'm gonna use the same purple shade underneath my lower lash line. Now I'm going to be using this lighter brown shade right underneath where I applied the purple. I think I'm going to end up using this green shade here, and I'm going to apply that on the inner corner. I'm going to use some Morphe setting spray just to lock that on there. Alright guys, so all I did was add some mascara and some lashes and we're booming. I'm going to add a little bit of MSF over the top of the foundation to set it all down around the perimeter of my face, make sure I'm not getting oily throughout the day. I'm going to use my Fenty bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty. I'm just going to add a little bit of that hollows in my cheek. I don't want to go too hard with the bronzer today. Just nice light coverage. Just a nice little bronze, you know. Miss Pat doesn't go too hard with the bronzer, so I'm gonna try to keep it down a notch. I'm gonna use the NARSissist palette for blush, and I'm gonna take this shade right here. Got a little bit of shimmer to it. Nothing too much. Just add a little bit of that onto the apples of my cheek. Not going too hard, just a little bit. That looks good. She look good. And so for lips, I'm gonna use my Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade Can You Not? And it's very, very nude. So now I'm gonna add the shade Seriously by Dose of Colors, and I'm gonna use that on the outer portion of my lips because I don't wanna look like my lips real ashy. I don't like that look. I'm gonna use my HUDA Beauty Setting Spray. Listen, I don't care what y'all have to say about this setting spray. I don't care. Y'all can wanna fight, y'all can wanna square up. We can fight about this spray, okay? I've seen a lot of people that like absolutely hate this spray. The smell on the spray is overwhelming, but it be locking me down. I don't have to worry about nothing with that spray, so we're using it. And if y'all don't like it, that's fine for you, but I like it. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so y'all can see the finished look and you can see how my skin looks with this foundation applied and all of my makeup. So come close. This foundation, honestly, I was thinking it was gonna be, I don't know why I didn't think it was gonna look as good as it does, but it's beautiful. I had some scarring over here from some previous breakouts, and I can't see it even though this foundation is a medium coverage. The only thing that I will say about this foundation right now is that like I have a lot of texture on my nose and on my forehead right now, and while I don't think that it enhanced the texture, it didn't really blur the texture. So if you're concerned about texture, I don't think this foundation is gonna like really like cover that or conceal that. But other than that, I feel like it looks really, really good, especially for it being just medium coverage. I feel like this foundation so far looks really, really good. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think this is one of the best matching foundations that I have in my collection so far. The real test is gonna be seeing how it wears on my skin throughout the day. Honestly, I don't think that my skin is gonna be able to hold up with this. I really don't know. Maybe this will be like a good winter foundation for me when my skin doesn't get as oily, when it's not as hot outside. But let me save my judgment. I wanna see how it wears, then I'll come back and I'll give you guys my final 2 cents about the foundation. But as of right now, I feel like it's beautiful.
298 frozen patties later.
So I'm back with a foundation update just to keep you guys informed about what the foundation looks like. I've been wearing this foundation for about 4 hours, I'd say. Not very, very long, but what I can already say is that my skin is getting a little bit shiny. Shinier than what it was when I originally applied the foundation. I think this looks very natural, like it looks like a natural wear. This is like what my skin normally does throughout the day, so I don't feel like my skin looks too oily. However, when I wear foundation, I prefer to have my face look a little bit more mattified throughout the day because my face gets so oily. Like at 4 hours, this to me is a little bit too much oil. Honestly, I don't really see any smile lines, and usually I think it's on this side. Or which side? One side I usually get a smile line worse than the other, but so far the foundation is not breaking up or doing anything like that on my skin. I just feel like my oils are coming through, and on top of the foundation being dewy, it's like there's no telling what I'd look like after 12 hours wearing this. I don't feel like any of my texture has been enhanced wearing this foundation, but I also don't feel like the texture of my skin was concealed wearing this foundation. So I don't know, y'all. For $68, I'm kind of like, for $68, I need something that's actually gonna be for my skin type. So nothing against this foundation. I think this foundation is really good. If you're an oily girl, honestly, I don't think there's any point in trying to make a $68 foundation work for you. Like, we shouldn't have to force products to work. Now, if she came out with a $68 foundation that was a little more mattifying and kept me a little bit more like, you know, shine free, I'd be all about that. I wouldn't even mind the price because luxury makeup is luxury makeup. When you're buying foundation for $68, I just don't think you should be trying to pull it off. Like, you need to be getting your money's worth, knowing that you can wear it for $68. If you're looking for something full coverage, boo, this ain't it. Look elsewhere. If you want something that's gonna keep your natural look but still enhance your beauty in a way that's very subtle and minimal, this is pretty, you know, it's nice. But if you're concerned about this, don't even bother. Don't bother. So guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I know I've been MIA for a little while, but for those of you guys that are loyal, I love y'all. I'm gonna try to do a lot better on my uploads. I'm gonna try to, you know, get myself on a schedule so that I can be more present for you guys and, you know, my squad. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.